By the evening of Ashura, everything appeared lost. The companions were gone. The family members were gone. The camp had fallen silent. And standing on the plains of Karbala was Imam Hussain alayhi salam, almost alone. Think about that for a moment. If victory is measured by numbers, this was defeat. If victory is measured by armies, this was defeat. If victory is measured by survival, this was defeat. And yet, more than 13 centuries later, people still speak about Karbala as a victory. How? How does a battle that appears completely lost become one of the most powerful victories in history? Imam Hussain alayhi salam changed the meaning of victory. Most people think victory belongs to the stronger army, the side that survives, the side that controls the battlefield. But Ashura shattered that idea. If Imam Hussain alayhi salam wanted safety, he could have chosen it. If he wanted power, he could have compromised. If he wanted survival, he could have surrendered. But he chose something greater. He chose truth. And the moment someone is willing to sacrifice everything for a principle, that principle becomes impossible to bury. By sunset, the battlefield belonged to Yazid, but the story belonged to Hussein. One side won a day, the other won history. Because victory is not always measured by power. Sometimes it is measured by what survives after the battle is over. And more than 13 centuries later, the empire is gone. The armies are gone. The battlefield is gone. Yet Karbala remains. Because Ashura lasted only a day, but its message outlived centuries. And that is how an apparent defeat became a victory. But perhaps the greatest lesson of Karbala is not in what happened on that day. The greatest lesson lies in what it asks of us today. For every generation, there comes its own Karbala. And for every person, there come moments when truth is difficult, when standing for what is right comes with a price, and when remaining silent feels easier than speaking out. In those moments, the legacy of Imam Hussain alayhi salam reminds us that dignity is worth more than comfort, that principles are worth more than power, and that truth is worth more than survival itself. Through Karbala, we learn that success is not measured by how long we live, but by what we choose to live for. We learn that a person may stand alone and yet remain victorious if they stand upon the side of truth. And that is why the name of Hussein continues to echo through the centuries. Not because he won a battle, but because he won something far greater: the hearts and the consciences of humanity. And so, the story of Ashura is not merely a story from the past. It is a living message, carried from one generation to the next, passed from heart to heart, reminding us that whenever truth stands against oppression, whenever justice rises in the face of tyranny, Karbala lives on. Peace be upon Hussein, and upon the companions of Hussein, and upon all those who walk upon the path of justice, the path of sacrifice, and the path of truth. Peace be upon them all.